Well, this is a gorgeous day out here. I was really surprised. The sun is shining. I'm just waiting for a ride. Denise is supposed to, she's a notary public signer or whatever. I don't know what it is. I do it every once in a while if they need an extra person. But Denise threw her back out last night. And so therefore she was not able to go today. So she called me at the last minute and asked me if I could substitute for her. So I'm just waiting for Leslie to come pick me up. And then we're going to go do that. They're going to have chicken and baked potatoes for dinner. I should be home in time to do that. It's really nice. It's nice and sunny. I could have probably gone for a walk today. Still no check. Didn't come today. Didn't come yesterday. I called and actually got Tori answered the phone. I couldn't believe it. And so then I asked her where my check was, and she said, she was so rude. Oh my gosh, she was so rude. She says, well, I don't know what to tell you. I show that it was issued. I don't know. It's out of my hands at this point. And I go, well, can you give me the tracking number so I can at least see where it's at? She says, I have no control over that. You're just going to have to be patient and wait for your check. I said, I've had this claim since August 6th. This is November 9th. I think I've been patient enough. I want my money. She says, well, I don't know what to tell you. She says, the check should be there. If it's not there, I don't know what to tell you. And I said, well, I'm getting a little upset because this is like you lied to me on Tuesday when you told me you were overnighting it. You didn't overnight it. You just sent it in for a regular issued check. Who's to know how long it's going to be before I get there? I don't know what to tell you. I issued it. It's all I can do. There's nothing more I can do. I said, well, could you please connect me to your supervisor? No, you don't need to speak to my supervisor. Letitia's in a meeting right now. I said, well, I don't really care about that. You can connect me to her voicemail and I can leave her a voicemail message. She said, no, I'm not going to connect you. I said, you need to connect me right now. I said, because this is getting ridiculous. You basically lied to me on Tuesday night when you told me that you were overnighting a check. Please connect me to Letitia because I've worked and I've had supervisors and I know you can connect me. She hung up on me. Oh, she hung up on me. So then I called my agent. Of course, he's not in the office yet again. He didn't, well, at least they didn't even say he was in a meeting. They just said he's not in the office. So I left a detailed message with the clerk there, and I said, have him call me tomorrow, first thing in the morning when he gets in, because I'm beyond done. I'm beyond done, because this is ridiculous. Oh, my ride is here. Gotta go. Well, good evening. Today is Thursday, November 9th, and we do have some birthdays today. Today is Walt, and Walt is Cat on Point. Walt is Cat's wife. Walt is Cat's husband. Let's get the terminology straight. So Walt, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Walt. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday, Walt. I know I messed that all up, but it's your birthday. That's all that really matters. It's also Dan, who is, I consider him my niece Kathleen's boyfriend. They are officially in a relationship now, so I consider that being a boyfriend-girlfriend. I can't keep up with the terminology nowadays. But Dan, who doesn't watch my channel, but I know Kathleen does, so Kathleen will let Big Dan know that I did sing to him, because today's Dan's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday, Dan, and I'm still waiting to learn how to play the game Pandemic that we bought back during the pandemic that he was going to figure out how to play. Carrie at Weight Watchers with Carrie has played it. I'm waiting, Dan, waiting, because when we go up to the cottage, we always have a game night. We played some game last year. I didn't understand it. I came in second place or third place. For somebody who didn't know how to play the game, I think I did pretty well. So anyway, but we also have another birthday today. Is Lane's 5th birthday. Tamajoy wanted me to sing to Lane. So Lane, you're 5 years old. He's just going to be recently adopted and have new parents. So that's going to be so exciting for Lane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lane. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you all have a great birthday today. As you see, I started off my video outside. Oh, it was such a beautiful day. I should have really went for a walk. Denise, my mother has had back issues. My mother could be making the bed and just turn the wrong way and then throw her back out. Denise has that trait. Thank goodness I didn't pick up that trait from my mother. But Denise was supposed to go. She's a witness for a notary public. And so she called me this morning and she says, I just can't do it. Can you go? And I said, yeah, I'll go. So, and I like her, Leslie, that's the one she works for. Oh, we have no problem keeping up a conversation. For somebody that doesn't really know each other, I can talk to anybody. You know that. I can talk to anybody. So we talked quite a bit on the way there, and then we got to the house. Oh my gosh, it was such a small little house. It was like a starter home. But they were my age, so I guess it was a retirement home. But the kitchen was just big enough for a table. It was like, and they're a very nice couple. So we signed the papers and that, and then we came home. I was telling you about my rant about State Farm when I was sitting outside waiting for her at the beginning of the video. And I hadn't received my check. And so I had called and talked, and I was surprised that she actually answered the phone. Her name is Tori Beck. She actually answered the phone, and she got very rude with me. And because I said, I didn't get the check. She said, well, it's not my problem. I've already issued it. You're just going to have to wait. And I said, well, you were supposed to overnight it. She says, once I sign the papers to turn over the check, it's out of my hands. So you're just out of luck. You're just going to have to be patient and wait and stop complaining. I said, well, can you give me the tracking number then? She says, it's none of your business. And I go, excuse me? She says, you don't need to know the tracking number. I says, well, I'd like to speak with your manager. Well, my manager's in a meeting. I said, well, then can I have her phone number so I can call her? No, I'm not giving you her phone number. I said, please give me her phone number. And she says, no, I'm not giving you her phone number. I says, well, then at least connect me to her voicemail. And she says, you just need to stop being such a pain in the ass. I don't know what the problem is. You'll get your check when you get the check. And hung up on me. Oh, I was livid. I called her back, although I knew it was going to go right to voicemail. And guess what? It went right to voicemail. So then I called my agent, who, guess what's not in today. At least they didn't tell me he was out in a meeting. At least they told me he didn't show up today. And I told him, I said, this is, crap, the person. And they gave me a phone number to call. And I called, and it was for auto claims. So I called back to the office, and I said, no, you gave me the number for auto claims. And she says, no, it's a general number. It handles both. And I go, no, it doesn't. She says, yes, it does. So I went back and I clicked on one of the things. I left a message for them to call me back, knowing full well that it was not going to be because it's an auto claims. And they did call me back within 15 minutes. And you know what? Guess what? It was auto claims. And so I said, could you give me the phone number to the thing? So she, very nicely, she gave me the phone number. She says, but I'm going to connect you, but here's the phone number in case we're disconnected. And then she connected me over and somebody came on the line. I didn't have to leave a message. I explained my dilemma. And then I told them about how rude Tori was and how, she hung up on me. And I thought that was totally unprofessional. And so she says, well, you know her manager's name? And I said, yes, it's Letitia Jackson. And so she says, well, let me look. And so she looked it up and she says, oh, Letitia's in a meeting. And so I said, no, that's what Tori told me. All I want is her phone number so I can leave her a voicemail. And so she says, well, I can connect you to someone on Tori's team. And I go, I don't want to talk to anybody on Tori's team. I said, because I worked in health benefits at one point in my life, and I know that a team protects each other. So they're going to stand by Tori no matter what. I don't want to talk to Tori. I don't want to talk to Tori's team. I want to talk to Tori's supervisor. And so she says, well, I unfortunately can't connect you and I can't give you her phone number, but I can take a message, And so I gave her this detailed message and that. And to her credit, she did. Either she had a really good memory or what. She really, truly wrote it back down. But she repeated everything I said. And so she says, I will definitely make sure. She says, she should have never hung up on you. I agree, blah, 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 all that. And I said, when my payment is due on the 28th, I get a reminder call on the 29th. Your payment was due yesterday. I've been dealing with this basement issue since August. I said, I don't think I'm being unrealistic or unreasonable expecting money that I'm entitled to. And she said, I completely agree. She was very nice, very friendly. And so then I said, well, I can't talk between 2 and 4 because I'm going to be at a job and I can't take any phone calls. She said, well, I'll have her call you after that. And I said, okay. No calls, none, not one. Not even to my voicemail. So even if she called at the wrong time. So I come home and I told Jim, I said, this is getting ridiculous. I said, I'm going to give them till Monday that they actually maybe mailed me the check rather than overnighted the check. I said, but if they really truly overnighted the check, they could give me a tracking number. And they didn't even want to do that. So he says, yeah, I don't blame you. I said, because we're not going to have mail on Saturday because it's Veterans Day. But I said, might as well wait till Monday to see what we're going to get. And then the basement guy called and he said, I was just wondering, I'm in the neighborhood. And I told Jim, I says, just pay him. I want him out of our lives. That's just one less thing I got to deal with, one less stress in my life. Just get rid of him. So he said, okay. So he called and he says, yeah, you can come and get your check. So I had to just transfer some money around so I could pay him. So we paid him. And then I went and did my job. It was nice. And I got home and I said to Jim, I says, well, did we get any mail? He said, no overnight mail. All right. So I was watching some videos. Joan at Joan's Point and Plate, I watched her weekend video. That looked like my turtle cake. Other than the melted caramel on top, it had all the components of my turtle cake. And I saw how hard that was to make. Thankfully, it's that hard to make. I mean, not that it's hard to make. A lot of steps. Not hard. A lot of steps. A lot of steps that I wouldn't take. So, but I looked at it and I thought, oh, I miss my turtle cake. But I'm going to have some on Thanksgiving. So I got something to look forward to. So I'll have a piece of my turtle cake on Thanksgiving. And then I watched some other videos. And then a little after 5, maybe about 5:15, the doorbell rang. And guess what? I got a package. I got an overnight from UPS with my check, believe it or not. And I know it didn't have anything to do with talking with Tori because they couldn't have got it to me that quick. I know it was probably just coming, but it was just the point that, I never hang up on people. If I get mad at somebody, I always say, you're aggravating me now, just so you know, I'm going to be hanging up now, so have a nice day. And then I hang up. I don't just hang up. But at least I got the basement the basement's done now. I got my final check. I paid the basement guy his final check. We got everything all together in the basement. We finally got the dishes back in we have a china cabinet downstairs that Jim has like commemorative dish glasses that he's collected over the years. Some Budweiser glasses and some Apollo glasses and a whole bunch of stuff. So he reorganized the china cabinet and cleaned it all up. And so he's got that in there. And the only thing left to do is just his workroom, not his workroom, his gun room, because the workroom and all the other rooms are done. The TV's all hooked up, so we're all good to go. The basement is in the past. We had a awful storm last night, and it was pouring rain and beating on the house and thunder and lightning. And I told Jim, I says, I really hate to do this, but we need to go downstairs and make sure there's not a leak. I said, because I don't know what I'll do if there's a leak. I just don't know. I think I'm going to cry. And we went down there, and no, thankfully, dry as a bone. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. It's dry as a bone. So thought, well, maybe the basement issues are done. I can't think. But as I was driving away with Leslie, I was looking at the house and my tree out in front. It's like laying on the house. So I have to, next year, I think we're going to have to take it down. It was supposed to be one of those miniature trees that you keep shaping so that it doesn't grow. And the people that were here before us didn't do that, so the tree continued to grow. And I think it's still got another 4 or 5 years before it's high enough that it won't be on the house. But then I worry about if there's a storm, a limb will come down and it'll come through the roof. So that's projects that we have for next year. The pool is almost out of water now. It's like, I don't know how it hasn't imploded on itself just yet. I was hoping that the weather would be cold enough to freeze the water, but that hasn't happened yet. But the water is really low. So next year we have to get rid of the pool, tear down the pool deck, because that's what we've decided. We're going to tear down the pool deck. I want to put some stairs on that side so I can go down the stairs either way. Jim and I are not agreeing with this one, but this one I'm going to win because I'm tired of not winning an outside battle. I always win the inside battles, and I never win the outside battles. And so lately I've been letting him win a couple of the inside of the house battles. So I'm determined I'm going to win that battle. So we got to pay for that, and then I want to get rid of the tree because I'm afraid that the roots are going to go under the house too and then cause some more damage. So those are my two big major expenses next year. Because I don't count my vacation as an expense, although it is an expense. We're going to Alaska for a week, and then we're going to stay a day or two in Seattle before, and then a day or two in Vancouver after. So, I'm going to be on that side of the country and the state and all that. I might as well enjoy myself. And then I'm just like, I was watching Kim, and I'm like with Kim, I'm not 100% into Weight Watchers anymore, but I know that I need to lose weight, and especially since I want to be thinner when I go on my trip in May. So I know I really have to work at it, but I'm just really not in that frame of mind to lose weight. But I'm also in the frame of mind I don't want to gain any more weight, so I want to, I need to believe in my potential. I really do. I don't have any haters out there. I have people out there that support me and give me helpful, constructive criticism, which I totally appreciate. I really do. But I do believe that the potential is in there for me to lose weight, but I have to get it out of my head, which is a very hard thing for me to do, that I might not ever get into Wonderland. I just might not ever get there. And I have to realize that maybe my potential is just to be happy with how I'm doing, no matter how slow it takes. As long as I'm constantly losing every week, no matter how small, I should be happy with that. And I'm trying to wrap myself around that. I'm back eating healthy again, and I'm feeling better. I ate really healthy yesterday. Well, no, I shouldn't say ate really healthy yesterday. I had the pancakes for breakfast when we went out to we went to the pancake house, actually, and I had the pancakes there. And then for dinner, I had saved 2 pancakes from the morning. And I know Jim gets grossed out, but I love a cold pancake. I just love to just eat a cold pancake. So I had 2 cold pancakes that were left over from my breakfast. And then I had some strawberries, and I had a hard-boiled egg and a cup of tea. So that's all I had yesterday. And I had a glass of milk with the pancakes in the morning at the pancake house. Of course, I had syrup. You know, I had syrup on it. And then today I had my yogurt for breakfast with some berries on it, and I had a hard-boiled egg. I went and did my little job, being the notary public witness. And then when I came home, I had another hard-boiled egg, and I had a grapefruit and an ounce of cheese. So, and then for dinner, we're gonna be eating as soon as I get done babbling here. We're gonna have baked chicken and a baked potato, and then I have a side salad. I was gonna have broccoli. I thought I had broccoli in the freezer, but I didn't have any broccoli in the freezer. And the broccoli I had in the crisper drawer started turning a little bit yellow. It'd been in there a little while, so I thought, no, I'll make a salad. That sounds good. And then that way Jim will have a salad. Jim will eat a salad every once in a while. So that's what we're gonna have for dinner. I know I said I was gonna buy a recumbent bike, but I'm kind of tossing around. I think I want, as much as you know how much I hate walking on a treadmill, because I don't like walking on a treadmill. I just think that it would be better for me to walk, to get myself accustomed to walking, because there's going to be a lot of walking when I go to Alaska. And so I'm tossing around the idea. I've been looking on Marketplace to find a treadmill, just an inexpensive one. And then I think that'll do good for Jim too, because then Jim can walk on a treadmill. I don't think he'd ride on a recumbent bike. He never he rode a bike when we were younger, obviously, but he never was really a big bike rider. So I think that might be better for both of us. I'm going to check. I'm not going to buy one yet until we talk to the cardiac people when we go on Tuesday. Because I think if he goes at a slow enough pace, he's capable of knowing if it's too much of an exertion for him. Plus, he's going to be working out at the cardiac place a couple days a week. So that'll get him into it. And then I might consider going back to the gym, but I don't know. When I went to the gym, I really only rode the recumbent bike, and I did a couple of the exercises, which I could do at home. And then I just mostly did a lot of pool walking and pool exercises. So I'm still tossing that idea around to see what Jim wants to do with that. But I guess that's it. Went and cleaned all the leaves out of the gutter, because with the rain yesterday, we got all the trees around here, all the rain, and then we have a gutter in front of our house. And all the leaves piled on top of it, so the street kind of flooded a little bit. So I was out there this morning and I cleaned all those leaves up. I almost went across the street and did the guy across the street's gutter too, but then I thought, nah, no, he can do it himself. So let his side of the street flood. And then that's it. Watched some videos. Finished my book. I didn't go to the book club because Denise called me at the last minute and I didn't want to go alone. So I didn't go. I was going to go to my Weight Watchers meeting tomorrow, but I forgot I have an appointment in the morning, so I can't go to the Weight Watchers meeting. So I'm just going to wait till next Thursday and go with Birdie. I don't know how Birdie did. I meant to find out from her how she did today. She usually texts me, let me know how she did. So we'll see. But yeah, I guess that's going to do it. I do like my haircut. I do. It's a little flat right now because I had a hat on, because I just wore a hat. But when you wear a hat, it kind of, but I like it. That's all that matters. Jim hasn't noticed I got a haircut, or maybe he's noticed and he doesn't like it because it's short. Because Jim would rather I have long hair, but you know what? I've reached a point. I want to do what I want to do. And then he found a box full of old pictures right there. So he brought the box up. I have to go through them to see what I want to do with them. Other than that, that's it. So like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.